All right, welcome back to the annual New Leaps Academy Golf Tournament. It is sponsored by Heroes Mile, and joining me now is General Bill Lennox, former superintendent of West Point, who is part of Heroes Mile, sponsoring this golf tournament today. Thank you very much for joining us on this beautiful, glorious day here.
It is a great day, isn't it?
It's great to be an American. Thank you for your service and all that you've done as a superintendent of West Point and turning out some of our greatest soldiers and men and women.
So proud of them.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that experience for those who don't know about the history of West Point and what you guys do up there.
That's great. We're the United States Military Academy, 4,400 cadets. I took over in 01, just before 9/11, and 2 months before. And it really, first time I talked to the cadets was to calm them down, because many of them wanted to go directly into the Army. I'd tell them tactical patience, and many of them since then have been there 2, 3, 4 times. Proud of that group of cadets. I was there 5 years, and probably had 10,000 of them go through there, and many of them were the ones that carried on the fight over the last few years.
What's it like to see them years after and see what they've become as higher ranking officers?
It's amazing. It really
like
is.
your children almost.
Oh, yeah,
huh?
it is.
Yeah.
Well, General Shinseki, who was the chief of staff at the time, said, you know, a chief of staff has an impact for 4 or 5 years. A superintendent has it for generations.
Yeah.
And I'm watching them now as they become colonels, and they're carrying the fight. They're tough kids.
Quite a responsibility and quite a joy, I imagine.
It is.
As well.
I really enjoyed that time at the end of a great career. I just really enjoyed myself because I was fitting in where I wanted to be.
General Bill Lennox joining us here. Tell me a little bit more about Heroes Mile and what you guys are doing. I know the slogan is Veterans Helping Veterans.
Right. So I had St. Leo University for 3 years and helping out there. And when I retired from that, John Pisciano is the CEO of Oglethorpe that has the mental health hospitals, said he was really stressed out because he was taking care of veterans. They'd be with him for 30 days. And then he had to let them go, and they'd be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sat down together, and I said, you know, veterans do not operate very well with a civilian population. If you're in a therapy group or anything like that, they don't understand them, and they don't understand the veteran. So, and I saw it at St. Leo, where many of the veterans would be in the back of the classroom, and the students would be up front.
Mm-hmm.
Separated. I saw it in my military career when I'd go to visit some of those great young cadets who are now lieutenants in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I remember riding up in an elevator one time, and the doctor said, "We don't know what happened to him. He hasn't talked. He won't talk. So don't be disappointed." I went in. I said, "What happened?" And he talked for 10 minutes. It's that connection that's there. So John and I talked about it. We put it together, and out in DeLand, now we have a great facility. We hire as many veterans as we can as the therapists, and only take veterans. So that group really falls back on their military career, and they won't let each other go. They won't let each other down. It's a great dynamic. So they stay, and now the average is around 60 days. We've served about 260. Recidivism is very low among the mental health hospitals.
Wow.
It works.
Yeah.
And we're not holding on to the concept. I mean, anybody who wants to do it, I'd love to have the VA do it.
Right.
But it does work, and that's what, and for this golf tournament, we're just trying to get our name out there so that veterans understand who we are and what we're doing. And we have the benefit of helping the New Leaps Academy, which is a critical element of this community.
Yeah, it's very similar to what you're doing. It's and Deb, who we talked to earlier, this blossomed out of her having an autistic grandchild.
Yep.
So it's just parents that found that what was available wasn't working for them, as you found with the veterans. So there's a connection there.
Well, I also found with grandchildren.
Yeah,
I have 3 on the spectrum, and I know what it takes to work with these children and not give up.
Yeah,
because they really can learn, grow, and it makes a big difference. But you got to get in early. You got to keep working with them. So I think this New Leaps is a fantastic thing, and I think we need to see more of them around the country.
Yes, we do.
It really makes a difference. I think both New Leaps and Heroes Mile make a difference, and that's what's important.
Well, it's interesting. I think a lot of us lay people, so to speak, that don't have autistic grandchildren or maybe a dog in the fight, just think that there are government programs out there that take care of everything, take care of the veterans, take care of autistic kids. That's not the way it works. These are people that are getting things started, like Heroes Mile and New Leaps, that are making a difference for other people.
It really is, and I'd encourage anybody out there to take advantage of the programs because they're there for you.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Well, tell me if you have a story or two about a Hero's Mile and some that you've helped, because I think I've always found it just absolutely uh, incalculable how we could expect veterans to come back from war zones and go shopping at Publix. Yeah. I mean, I without some type of training and reintroduction into normal society. I mean, I just can't imagine asking people to do that without some sorts of
and it's
guidance.
Not even the war zone. What we're finding out is that just the transition out of the military has a mental stress to it, because in the military you have that team effort, you have your goals, you know what your mission is, and then you get out into the civilian world. And even if you have a job, you don't see that same concept where the guy next to you would give his life for you. It's and so it's tough integrating back in. Just one short story. I had a job when I got out. There was no problem there, but I felt that stress.
Yeah.
And I went in, a Navy captain was working for me at the time, and he said, I know you feel that stress. He said, don't worry about it. 2 years, it'll go away.
2 years.
And I think we could do a little better than that.
I hope so.
So I think the more we can do in these kinds of programs and think through, what really works and what doesn't work, and pick the ones that work and duplicate them. I think that's where we got to go.
Well, it seems like you guys have found a model that works. Veterans helping veterans.
It does. And, I take a look at some of I go to visit them, and they are so upbeat.
Yeah.
They really feel like they're back in an integrated society where they're part of that. So that's what Heroes Mile is. If you take a look at it, sometimes we get the veterans themselves trying to get in. We get spouses.
The whole family gets affected.
Hell, and they finally get the veteran to desire to be fixed. And as you talk to them, they're doing it for their family. They want to be back with their family. Pretty much, they've been divorced from the family, and the more we can do to help them.
Absolutely. So folks listening out there, if they're a veteran and they need some help and they want to find out something from Heroes Mile, how do they get help?
Heroesmile.com.
Heroesmiles.com.
Go to the website, heroesmile.com. Contact us. The number's there, and we'll work with you. We work with the VA, and that's important. We work with the VA, and we'll help out in any way we can.
And if they want to donate to Heroes Mile or
we
to
don't
these
need
causes,
donations,
don't need it.
But New Leaps does.
New Leaps does.
So,
okay.
Support New Leaps. We work with the VA. We're good to go in terms of that. We're here for you, veteran, family member, whatever. Give us a call, and we'll take care of the situation.
Well, General Lennox, thanks so much for being with us. Are you a golfer?
I have been in the past.
I think that describes all of us.
I have some good teammates.
That's what counts. Sometimes it's just being a good general manager. Get the right teammates,
exactly,
and that's what works. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for your sponsorship of New Leaps Academy. I know to Deb, who we spoke with, it's a huge deal to them and the kids they're serving. So thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, General. Appreciate it.